Hello everybody, this is Smoakdragon2 here. I don't do, and this is another, well, I guess you could say episode of me just talking about random stuff that I find interesting and that I relatively like. But this is not a Monster Hunter uh, type of review, even though you see this on the screen right now. And as you can tell, if you're watching, I'm not that far. Anyway, no, this is just something that I find interesting because I find it interesting because of the age we're in. We're in a digital age. We're in an age where if somebody didn't want this to even, if somebody didn't want something to be on the internet, if somebody didn't want to have something on the internet from what they did beforehand, and if they got rid of it fast enough, or if they really pursued a cease and desist or whatever, I guess. I don't know because I ain't looked into it, and tell you the truth, I don't care enough to look into it that deeply. I'm not a journalist. I'm not a journalist YouTuber. If anybody is watching this and anybody actually cares, and if anybody's a dang journalist YouTuber, you're more than happy to look into it. No, this is something that has been festering in my mind for years because in 2000, around 2019, 2020, or 21 as well, there was a few animes and a few conspiracies that went on, and a few things that went on. The thing is, some of them you can't find anymore. And I fucking remember it because it's just, it resides in my brain. It has a spot in my brain. And they are the fact that the UN wanted to ban anime, Australia wanted to ban anime. There were animes that were aired that then all of a sudden were taken off of YouTube, off of the internet entirely, off of streaming services, off of Netflix, off of everything. I tried looking for them. I could never find them. Never found anything. The Reddit posts all have disappeared. They're replaced by things that are saying, will this happen? Is this going to happen? I even tried reminding somebody of it once, and I got responded to by, suffice it to say, that's crap, show me proof, or it's a lie. Well, I can't show you proof because years ago, I never took pictures. I do now. I have them saved on my computer. Am I going to put them on here? No, this is not made on a computer. This is a PS5. And for those of you saying, why is it on a PC? Oh, I ain't going to watch this dang shit. Fuck you. I'm sorry to say. yeah, you shouldn't say that because you're wanting, because aren't you going to want to make a fan base? Whereas if you're so dejected by somebody saying a word like that or anything, then I don't care. I'm not here to cater to you. I'm not here to cater to anybody. I have a job. Now, suffice it to say, even if my job, well, if I lose my job, well, I'll find another job. It might take a while, but I'll find a job. And if anybody from my jobs are listening, well, so be it. Anyway, Killing Bites was an anime, and if I was any great YouTuber, there'd be I'd put this onto my computer, edit it to where there's Killing Bites in the corner or some other stuff or a trailer. But no, that's because I don't have that much stuff for it. Whatever. You know what? So be it. Anyway, as I was saying, Killing Bites had a Killing Bites is an anime manga that is about women and men who have who are who have genetic DNA of animals. Take what you will about how this whole thing came about. Read the dang manga. I ain't gonna explain everything or look up something. Anyway, and they are in and every year there's a tournament, a killing tournament, to where they fight to the death, Mortal Kombat, something like that. Anyway, suffice it to say, it had 2 seasons. You'll only find one season, and you'll only find the sub. But it had a dub for the first season, and it had a dub for the second season, and it had a second season. It had a dub and a sub. But and I binge watched the whole thing. But it got taken down. I don't know why. I There was no. I tried looking up articles about it, and nobody said anything. Everybody was like it never existed. I could not find no reactions to it off of YouTube. I couldn't find any YouTube things about it. I couldn't find anything. Nobody had anything to say. I found some little snippet off of some backwoods site, but that didn't do shit. It didn't say anything. How it worded it was that it was in production and it was planned, but it never said that it aired. Like, I know it did. And I'm apparently one of the only ones that remember that this thing actually existed. They have enough source material to cover a second and third season. But, I don't know. But I can tell you something that I'm thinking about. I think that it might have been the fact that
How are things?
that mm, Well, there was an episode in the second season, and suffice it to say, these the characters that are depicted, the animals that are depicted in this series, is a very much anatomically and very much in detail depicted. It's sort of like a nature documentary. You would think that, and
See you
it's
soon.
damn sight interesting.
Why, hello.
So suffice it to say, though,
I hope we can talk again soon.
suffice it to say, the second season, the main character was a beagle, a beagle, a beagle girl, and there was this other character, this sub character that was a hyena girl, and anybody who knows anything about hyenas about hyenas knows that the females have a sort of pseudo coxus or whatever. Look up the one of the freaking videos that say animals that got shafted by evolution. Look up that. Look up whatever. Look up the anatomically correct version of what a female hyena looks like. Anyway, so suffice it to say, she winds up in a she winds up in the tournament, and so does this hyena girl. Well, she ends up well, not cowers, but runs and hides in a restroom. Well, so the hyena girl is there. And it is anatomically correct because you see that thing hanging right there on screen and in the manga for all to see. And then she wants to, say in detail what she's going to do to the female main character. Eh, and I remember that was a major thing on the internet at the time. And at the time, 2019, 2020, the UN and Australia wanted to ban anime. Reason being, what I what I faintly remember, I don't have it pulled up. I don't really give that much of two shits. All I know is it happened. Anyway, suffice it to say, they wanted to ban anime because it depicted all this stuff that they didn't like. They didn't want to promote all this. So they wanted to ban anime everywhere. Well, America and Japan blatantly said no. They were like, no, don't we're not going to sign off on that. And so it didn't pass. You can tell that because we still have anime to this day. But the damage was done, I believe, because there are animes that came to America that are not here now. Killing Bites had a dub for the first, and it had a second season. The second season is done. It's gone. It's erased from existence. And as much as anybody who might be listening will say that never happened because this is the internet, if it's on the internet, it doesn't exist. It's a digital age. It's the digital age. You could hire a black market hacker to go in the dark web and erase everything. You could do that, most likely. Have I read anything like that happening? No. Do I have any extensive proof? No. It's a theory. And is anybody going to believe me, or is anybody going to say anything wrong about it? Most likely. And most likely not believe me. But do I give a shit? No. I'm telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I believe. And that is what YouTube and the internet should be. Just saying what we believe and what we think and what we remember. And is it still going to be in the back of my mind? Oh, most likely. But am I really going to give a shit after this? Probably not. Because nobody's probably going to give a shit. So it's not a thing that I should worry about. Because ain't nobody going to care. Ain't nobody going to give a shit. Anyway.
This'll be easy. All right, time to go.
Royal knights burn brightest in battle.
Anyway. And another thing. For those of you who are saying, oh, that never happens. Oh, whenever we do an anime, we don't back down on it. Yes, you did. Yes, we have. So fucking much. There was an anime called Interspecies Reviewer. And for anybody who fucking remembers it, I am so very happy for you. For anybody who doesn't, well, guess what? It was about two people. Well, yeah, two people. I'll just say that. That went around and
I'm trying
reviewed
really hard
brothels.
to stay awake.
Reviewed brothels. They reviewed the prostitutes and gave them reviews as to if you should or should not spend money there in order to do the deed or anything like that. If they were good, if they were bad, everything. Am I going to go into details? No. Will somebody else? If you ever looked it up? Yes. But will I? No. Why? Because I am. I could say I have standards, but also just the fact that I just don't want to. But we did, but it was it was dubbed under Funimation. I remember this shit. It was dubbed under Funimation, and they dubbed 3 episodes. But if you look it up under like Anime Surge, Anime Go, you won't find the dubs, I think. I haven't really looked at Anime Surge. Anime Go Go or Go Anime, not really. Kiss Anime, I don't fully know. All I know is you can't find them all out of places. You can only find one dub episode under Watch Cartoons Online .com or dot whatever. But Watch Cartoons Online. If anybody's listening, that's what it's called. And you'll find the first episode dubbed, but everything else is in sub. Now, a lot of anime fans will be like, well, that's the better quality as a sub. I don't give a shit. I watch things in dub, and that's how I plan to watch it. So, if you want to say, oh, you're not a true anime fan, you can suck my motherfucking balls. I don't care. And yes, I said that. So, YouTube, I expect you to either A, take this off, or B, rightly deny me anything. I don't care. Anyway, suffice it to say, no. But Funimation does have other things, such as an anime where it's basically, suffice it to say, a woman who, gets more powered by, lesbian interaction or some other bullshit like that. Or, oh yeah, a robot who is more powered based on the fact that you're not wearing that much clothes. There is an anime like that. What is the anime? Lord knows I've watched so many, I can't freaking tell you. You're going to say, oh, you're not a true anime fan. You don't memorize all this stuff. Dude, I have too much shit to memorize. I have work. I have a job. I have everything else. Okay? Heck off. Anyway, trust me. If companies don't want something aired on, or companies don't want something aired or don't want something on the internet, there's ways that they can get it taken off. You think we don't censor our internet? We don't do like China? We don't do like any other country? You think that? Honestly? Get over yourself. We do. It's just not as prevalent because nobody wants to freaking acknowledge it. Nobody wants to acknowledge the fact that that happens. Except for a few people who might, but then they're labeled crazy. So, anyway, that's what I had to say. And I just find it interesting that all of this is happening. Yes, we do have a lot of animes nowadays that are weird, that are, well, I say weird, but slapstick, that are comedy-ish, that are so out there. But there was some that they just didn't see the light of day. Again, they aired for a little bit, and then at the same time, they were taken off. They were erased from existence. And people want to, and people are still wanting to say, oh, that never happened. Oh, those don't exist. When you might can censor everything else, but you can't censor what people remember. You might can censor the fact that there is no information out there unless you probably have a VPN or you probably look it up that way or some other stuff. But at the same time, VPNs are controlled by the government. There are VPNs out there that probably are not, but most of them, by what I've read, are. But then I'll have other people that will say, no, that's not true. You don't know shit. At the same time, that might be true because I don't care enough to use one. Because if they're wanting to come after me, then so be it. They're wanting to come after me. If they're wanting to say, hey, yeah, all that shit, then so be it. I'm not going to pay money for something like that. If they want to, you know, hack my shit, then apparently they want to hack my shit. They're not going to find nothing except for maybe something they don't want to see. But that's because, like Japan, I know who I am. I'm a freak. But we all are. It's just a matter of if you want to admit it or not. But suffice it to say, that is what I wanted to say. Now, if by some weird, I guess, miracle or some weird coincidence or some other bullshit, somebody actually watches this, somebody knows what I'm talking about, somebody acknowledges that that happened, well, they can try to find me. Of course, if they're already watching this, then yeah, they have found me. But they can message me. They can leave a message in the comments. And we can see where this train takes everything, or whatever. I don't really know. And if you play Monster Hunter Rise, then, or like any Monster Hunter type game or anything like that, then feel free to hit me up. I'm always wanting to find a new crew because I'm apparently not going to be able to roll with my original crew because one of my friends don't like the fact that they might be hand holding or taking it easy in the new Monster Hunter. And that's just it. Enjoy my, you know, little bit of a Monster Hunter romp and see how bad I play.